अभी A very good morning to all of you. This is Virendra Nepalia, OSD to Honorable Vice Chancellor, welcoming you to this national webinar. Today is the 483rd birth anniversary of our adorable Maharana Pratap, with whose name this university is glorified. While paying our tributes to this all-time great freedom fighter, we extend a very warm welcome to all of you to this national webinar, Maharana Pratap Memorial Lecture 2023. As per our customs, we begin this national event with lighting of lamp.
कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः.
Thank you. We now request everybody present in the assembly to please rise up at your seats as we play the MPUAT Kulgeet.
हालित कुल को नमन हमारा प्रताप पीठ को शीश नवाए जो बंजर को उर्वर कर दे उस कौशल की महिमा गाए शौर्य धरा के इस अंचल में ज्ञान कृषि का मनुज की पूजा हरित ऋषि से हरित क्रांति तक शिक्षा लेना कोई दूजा उन्नत शिक्षा शोध प्रसार इस संस्था के मूलाधार विद्या कुल की नीति यही है लक्ष्य हमारा स्वरोजगार मत्स्य पालन दुग्ध उत्पादन सामुदायिक विज्ञान से नाता अभियांत्रिकी उद्यानिकी और कृषि का ज्ञान बढ़ाता MPUAT बोधि वृक्ष बन ये विकास की राह दिखाए छात्र किसान प्रकाश पुंज बन कृषि जगत में ज्योत जगाए कृषि जगत में ज्योत जगाए.
Thank you. Esteemed guest speaker, Dr. Pramod Kumar Joshi, former Director, South Asia, International Food Policy Research Institute, New Delhi. Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Ajit Kumar Karnatak, Deans and Directors, members of the Senior Officers Council, heads of the departments, faculty and staff colleagues, students, and dear participants. It's a matter of great delight that Dr. Pramod Kumar Joshi, former Director, South Asia, International Food Policy Research Institute, is with us today to deliver the dignified Maharana Pratap Memorial Lecture 2023. Sir, on behalf of MPUAT fraternity, I extend a rousing welcome to you on your virtual arrival to Mewar, where every pass is blessed by the deeds of great Pratap. I welcome our revered Vice Chancellor, Dr. Ajit Kumar Karnatak, to this special online session. In fact, it was the dream and mission of Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, to solemnize Pratap Jayanti in a befitting way and to invite Dr. P.K. Joshi, sir, to deliver this important Maharana Pratap Memorial Lecture. Sir, we express our veneration to you for aptly guiding the organizing team in celebrating Pratap Jayanti. I extend a sincere reception to all of you for joining us to commemorate indomitable Maharana Pratap on his 483rd birth anniversary. Every year, through a memorial lecture on the issue of contemporary importance, MPUAT family pays a rich tribute to this great freedom fighter, after whom our university is named as Maharana Pratap University of Agriculture and Technology. The history tells us that Maharana Pratap took over the reins of Mewar at a time when the powerful Mughals dominated India and their Emperor Akbar was in the process of conquering every inch of India. The very remembrance of the name of Maharana Pratap conjures before one's eye the entire panorama of Indian history, replete with the annals of patriotism, valor, and self-sacrifices. His very remembrance fills in an element of self-respect in every Indian's heart and mind. He showed greatest intrepidness and bravery in the Battle of Haldighati. With only 22,000 soldiers, he fought against the mighty army of Mughal Emperor Akbar and made himself immortal. So, more than 4 centuries have passed, but the name of Maharana Pratap continues on the horizon of this great country, and his reminiscence continues to mount and mount high as the years pass by. As I told you earlier, that MPUAT celebrates birth anniversary of this great man every year by organizing a memorial lecture by an eminent person of international stature. We are indeed enchanted that Dr. P.K. Joshi sir, an internationally acclaimed agricultural economist, analyst, and a policy maker, is with us to deliver the lecture on future of Indian agriculture, challenges and opportunities, a topic of great significance for not only food and nutritional securities, but also for the overall prosperity of our peasants. Despite estimated record production of 315.7 million tons of food grain and 341 million tons of horticultural production during 2021, the productivity as assessed has been lower than many of the developed countries for most of the agricultural crops and commodities. Poor infrastructure, low use of farm technologies and best farming practices, decrease in soil fertility and soil health, indiscriminate use of chemicals are some of the leading contributors to the low agricultural productivity. Harvest and poor harvest losses of India's major agricultural produce is another point of worry. And if we were to give a number, this problem worth rupees more than 1,52 crores. These concerns gave rise to the involvement of technology in agriculture to improve productivity and reduce wastage by proper handling of food. The continuous technological innovations in the Indian agriculture sector can play a significant role in the growth and development of Indian agricultural system. It will be crucial for ensuring agricultural production, generating employment, and reducing poverty to promote equitable and sustainable growth. Honorable Joshi sir, we have recently read the NABARD booklet authored by your good self, wherein you have analyzed and elucidated the agricultural technologies like genetic enhancement, natural resource management, farm mechanization, conservation agriculture, climate smart agriculture, biotechnology, biofortification, frontier technologies, digital technologies, so on and so forth. So we hope to get a detailed roadmap on future of Indian agriculture, what challenges are there and what opportunities do we have to really fight those challenges. Sir, we extend a very, very warm welcome to you in this national event. Ladies and gentlemen, we have with us Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Ajit Kumar Karnatak, to lead us in paying tributes to Maharana Pratap and to address us. But before inviting Honorable Vice Chancellor, may I take this opportunity to introduce Honorable Vice Chancellor to the young flock which has really joined this webinar today in big numbers. And I'm told that more than 800 students and young professionals from across the length and breadth of this country have already joined in on this platform. And many of the others are on YouTube Live who could not get access on this Zoom platform. Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, was born on 9th of July, 1959 at Almora, Uttarakhand. And incidentally, it happens to be the birthplace of Dr. Joshi also, I am told. He completed his PhD entomology from Govind Ballabh Pant University of Agriculture and Technology in 1985. His professional journey, spread over 38 years, speaks of the volumes of sublime qualities and achievements in the service of this great nation. He has about 21 years of experience as professor and overall about 38 years of experience in all the domains of teaching, research, and extension. During his services, he was entrusted number of administrative charges at Pantnagar, including Chief Security Officer, Director Monitoring, Chief Vigilance Officer, Personal Officer, Dean Students Welfare, Head of the Department, and whatnot. So he is vastly experienced in administrative side as well. He has served as Vice Chancellor. Sir, he has served as Vice Chancellor of Great Veer Chandra Singh Garwali Uttarakhand University of Horticulture and Forestry, Bharsar, Por Garwal, for over 3 years, during July 2019 to October 2022. He has also successfully accomplished the additional charge of Vice Chancellorship of Doon University, Dehradun, for 1 year during 2020. Honorable Governor of Rajasthan was pleased to appoint him as Vice Chancellor of Maharana Pratap University of Agriculture and Technology, an assignment that he joined on 15th October and very perkly continues as you see it today. As an entomologist, he has supervised 15 doctoral and 21 master's students. Dr. Karnatak has made available to the young generation the footprints of his acumen and dexterity in the form of huge literature base. He has published 5 books, number of book chapters, more than 100 research papers in the Journal of National and International Repute, number of particular articles. He has handled 15 research projects, and he has formulated 3 academic programs, and he has executed 8 memorandum of understandings, including a couple of them as international MOUs after joining as Vice Chancellor of this university. During his professional journey, Dr. Karnatak has received number of commendations and 13 awards of high esteem for his outstanding performance. He was thrice felicitated by Indian Agricultural Scientists and Farmers Congress. He has been given Research Excellence Awards by YFR FPA Dehradun. He has been awarded Exalted Chai Award Fellow 2020 by Confederation of Horticulture Association of India. Looking to his outstanding work, Dr. Karnatak sir was bestowed upon the Best Vice Chancellor Award of the year 2021 on Teachers' Day by Honorable Chief Minister of Uttarakhand. And he also received honor by Principals Progressive School Association Uttarakhand in October 2021. And within a span of 6 years as Vice Chancellor of MPUAT, he has done wonders. And sir, recently he was nominated by Honorable Agriculture Minister of India as the member of committee to look into the service conditions of ARS scientists, the only Vice Chancellor out of 74 SAUs of this country. Sir, he was also elected as Executive Committee member of IAUA and also on its Millet Committee. He has led Agricultural Universities of India in implementing the Millet Program. During this International Year of Millet, we are indeed blessed to have Dr. Ajit Kumar Karnatak as our mentor and Vice Chancellor. On behalf of the organizing team, I humbly welcome Honorable Vice Chancellor sir to this national webinar. And we once again welcome Dr. P.K. Joshi sir, Dr. A.K. Karnatak sir, all the members of Senior Officer Council, all the participants, all the students. And sir, as I told you, looking to the value and looking to the stature of this webinar and looking to the speaker, Dr. P.K. Joshi sir, more than 800 participants, they've already joined this national webinar, sir. Normally, it's not possible for the young students to listen to you, to see to you, but through this online event, we have been successful in joining you and associating you with 800 young people of this country. With these words, I once again welcome Dr. P.K. Joshi sir, Dr. A.K. Karnatak sir, and all of you, and now request Honorable Vice Chancellor sir to pay tributes to Maharana Pratap and to address this assembly. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Nepale sahab. Respected Dr. Pramod Kumar Joshi ji, former Director, South Asia International Food Policy Research Institute. South Asia Regional Office, New Delhi, and our eminent speaker of the day, all the senior officers, deans, directors, faculty members, dear students, all the eminent guests, and all the participants, especially those who are with us online. Today, I have received a lot of messages on SMS and WhatsApp that they are joining this event because Dr. Joshi is the speaker. Because your popularity at Panthanagar and your popularity at ICAR and your popularity amongst the agriculture universities is so that more than 2,000 people they have registered. And on this platform, more than 800 have already joined. Some are joining on YouTube, some are joining on other media. Sir, it's a matter of great pleasure to me to extend a warm and cordial welcome to Dr. P.K. Joshi ji, former Director, South Asia International Food Policy Research Institute, New Delhi, and all of you on the very pious occasion of Maharana Pratap Jayanti. We deem it a great honor that our university is named after the great warrior and freedom fighter Maharana Pratap, who is remembered by the entire nation for fighting against mighty Mughals and keeping the motherland, the Mewar, safe and free from the brutal intruder Akbar. Maharana Pratap did not surrender the Mughal army, and that is why he is considered to be India's first freedom fighter. The historical Battle of Haldi Ghati in 1576 is one of the most famous battles fought by Maharana Pratap against the Mughals. There is not a single pass in the Aravalli Alpine that is not sanctified by the deeds and fragrance of this great leader, Maharana Pratap. It is only the heroism and valor of Maharana Pratap the Great, but his interest in the agriculture also, to feed his army and common man and to keep it safe from the Mughal destruction. It is also said that Maharana Pratap himself directed his court Pandit Chakrapani Mishra to research on and compose a manual on the welfare of plants and crops. So he is an agriculturist in 1500 century, 15th century. In 1577, he composed the book Vishwa Vallabha in Sanskrit. The 9 chapters of this book deal with the examining the ground for water, rules for ascertaining sources of water on the basis of types of soils, rocks and vegetation, digging of wells, step wells, ponds and tanks, methods of blasting hard rocks, equipment used in digging wells, methods of purification of sour and hard waters, and analysis of soil and plantation. Maharana Pratap is also not only a name, but a synonym of courage, bravery, self-respect, and patriotism. His very remembrance fills in an element of self-respect in every Indian heart and mind. On the occasion of 483rd birth anniversary, I pay rich tributes to Maharana Pratap. At MPUT, the university celebrates the anniversary of this great warrior and freedom fighter in a very dignified way. Our university organizes Maharana Pratap Memorial Lecture every year on a topic of contemporary importance to mark this pious occasion. It's a matter of great pleasure that Dr. Pramod Kumar Joshi ji, a noted policy, market and institutional agriculture economist of India, is with us today to deliver Maharana Pratap Memorial Lecture this year. On behalf of MPUT fraternity, I extend a cordial welcome to Honorable Pramod Kumar Joshi ji. I am indeed grateful to him for immediately accepting my invitation to deliver this lecture when I called upon him. Dr. Joshi is a man with very strong credentials. I take this opportunity to introduce him to all the young participants as a source of inspiration. Dr. Pramod Joshi was born in Almora, Uttarakhand on 2nd of July, 1953. He completed his graduation in 1972, master's in 74, and PhD in agriculture economics in 1979 from the India's first agriculture university, the Pantnagar University, GB Pant University, Pantnagar. Having served in various capacities since 1976, he is superannuated as Director, South Asia International Food Policy Research Institute. His earlier assignments include Scientist, Division of Agriculture Economics, IARI, New Delhi from 76 to 81, Senior Scientist, Principal Scientist and Head Division of Agriculture Economics, Central Soil Salinity Research Institute, Karnal from 81 to 93, Senior Economist, ICRISAT, the International Crop Research Institute for the Semi-Arid Tropics, Patancheru from 1993 to 1998, Principal Scientist, National Center for Agriculture Economics and Policy Research, New Delhi from 1998 to 2003, then South Asia Coordinator, International Food Policy Research Institute, Washington, DC from 2003 to 2006, Director, National Center for Agriculture Economics and Policy Research, one of the renowned institute of the country, which is shortly known as NCAP, New Delhi from 2006 to 2009. And all of my young friends, please note that he was Director, National Academy of Agriculture Research Management, NARM, Hyderabad from 2009 to 2011. And finally, superannuated as Director, South Asia International Food Policy Research Institute. Even after his superannuation, he is serving as policy advisor to the World Bank, the Food and Agriculture Organization, Harvest Plus of the CGIAR, Australian Center for International Agriculture Research, and the BAIF Development Research Foundation. He is also officiating as Honorary Director of the Agroeconomical Research Center, Delhi, and is the national member of the NAHEP External Advisory Panel. Dr. Pramod Kumar Joshi has extensively worked towards transforming agriculture and market integration in India and many South and Southeast Asian countries. He still serves in a number of committees constituted by Government of India. Dr. Joshi has earned several awards and honors during his career. A few of them are Professor R.C. Agrawal Lifetime Award and D.K. Desai Award of the Indian Society of Agriculture Economics, R.T. Doshi Award of the Agriculture Economics Research Association, Dr. M.S. Randhawa Memorial Award 2009-2010. He has been the Chairman, Governing Board, SARC Agriculture Center, Dhaka, Bangladesh from 2006 to 2008, and Governing Board, UN Center for Poverty Elevation through Secondary Crops, Indonesia from 2007 to 2008. He served as member of International Steering Committee, Challenge Program on Climate Change, Agriculture and Food Security, Alliance of CGIAR, and Earth System since partnership 12. International Assessment of Agriculture, Science and Technology for Development, the World Bank, Washington, DC. Then he was in the core group on right to food of Human Rights Commission that is of a organization of Government of India. Then Research Program Committee, Indian Society of Agriculture Economics, Mumbai, 2005 to 2008. Editorial board of many national and he has been Vice President and Secretary of Agriculture Economics Research Association, then President-elect 2014 of Indian Society of Agriculture Economics and Indian Society of Agriculture Marketing, President Agriculture Economics Research Association of India. He was also elected NAS Fellow in 2007. Agriculture Economics, Indian Society of Agriculture Engineering and International Society of Non-Science. Dr. Joshi has published more than 10 books. Due to paucity of time, I'm not naming the books, and several articles in the Journal of National and International Repute. Today, we shall hear from him on the future of Indian agriculture, the challenges and opportunities. All of us know that agriculture has witnessed a major shift and technology has made way in this sector in a big way. Recent advancement like artificial intelligence, use of drones, data-driven facilities have been supporting farmers to increase productivity and contribute more towards the agriculture economy. Though the challenges are many, but future of Indian agriculture seems bright and promising with the advent of new technologies. I hope that Dr. Joshi shall discuss number of important points and contemporary issues to awaken the agriculture fraternity. With these words, I once again extend a warm welcome to Honorable Dr. Pramod Kumar Joshi ji on his virtual arrival to MPUAT to deliver Maharana Pratap Memorial Lecture 2023 and pay rich tributes to Maharana Pratap as we celebrate his 483rd birth anniversary. Thank you, Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your winsome address. And without wasting any time and without leaving any gap between the audience and our guest speaker, we now invite Honorable Dr. Pramod Kumar Joshi, sir, for his much awaited Maharana Pratap Memorial Lecture 2023. It's over to you, Dr. Joshi, sir.
Good morning and thank you, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
And my screen, my PowerPoint is can be seen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So thank you very much. Thanks a lot, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Ajit Karnatak ji, Dr. Viren Nipolia ji, Honorable OST to the Vice Chancellor, members of the Senior Officers Council, staff and students of Maharana Pratap University of Agriculture and Technology, and all those joining the webinar. So Dr. Karnatak ji, thank you very much for asking me to deliver this very prestigious memorial lecture of Maharana Pratap Memorial Lecture 2023. I'm really honored to deliver this prestigious lecture before all the audience. I think there are more than 900 already joined. I'm really grateful. I hope that I will not disappoint all of them during the lecture. Friends, I'm so happy that the university has a tradition of celebrating the memory of Maharana Pratap ji as a memorial lecture. I'm so happy and I compliment you and all those who initiated this lecture. Maharana Pratap, as was already mentioned and all of us know, was a great warrior in this earth who played a key role in protecting the country, protecting our religion, protecting our culture, and protecting our Sanskriti. I pay my tributes to the great son of India. Friends, Honorable Vice Chancellor has informed me that the lecture will be largely attended by the university faculty and students. Therefore, I have prepared a very, very generic lecture so that it will help you in talking the day-to-day activities on agriculture. So I thought that to choose the future of Indian agri-food system, what are the challenges and opportunities? So I will be covering 5 broad areas during this lecture, giving a broad background of what is agri-food system, and then coming to key challenges, especially production, consumption, and middle one, which is connecting production and consumption. What are the challenges? And then I will come to the opportunities in innovation system, and then conditions for successes of innovations and policy, which have a direct connect for promoting the innovations for the benefit of the poorest of the poor. And then some of the points way forward. How do I visualize Indian agriculture by 2047 or during the period of Amrit Kal? So friends, India has targeted, set very, very important goals for the future. The number one, as you all know, that our Prime Minister has set this goal that by the end of 2047, India should be a developed nation, and all of us should be proud of that. That India would, aspiring to become a developed nation by 2047. When we say developed nation, it has to qualify broadly 5 areas. One, that it should have very high per capita income. Right now, it is the bar is $13,200 per capita income. India is at the moment lower middle income category. So we have to go a long way to achieve this target. The second component to qualify for developed nation is that we should have a diverse industrial mix, including large service sector. So a diversified industrial mix is necessary to have a developed nation. And therefore, you can see that now activities are happening around several industrial sector to promote the economy. The third is we should have a developed financial system and well-integrated global market. India is now trying to connect with the global market, but we should have a very well integration with the global market, and a very high level of development index, human development index. You all know that, which consists of health, education, sanitation, drinking water. So these are the 5 broad areas which we need to fulfill to become a developed nation. I hope that we will be doing by the end of 2047 as things are going on right direction. The second goal and target Honorable Prime Minister has set that by the end of 2030, India should be an economy of $5 trillion, which is the third in the ranking after US and China. Right now we are at the 5th position with $3.1 trillion. United States are having $23.3 trillion economy. China has $17.7 trillion economy. So we would like to aspire for a $5 trillion economy by 2030. The third component or the goal and target is that we should be Atmanirbhar Bharat, self-reliant in most of the commodities, including agriculture sector. And fourth is local to global. It is largely focusing on trade. We have very little participation in the trade, but now we are actively or aggressively participating in the local to global trade, including agricultural commodities. And fifth is Make in India, to make for India. To make for India, this is largely for strengthening the manufacturing sector, and which includes the processing of agri-food commodities. So processed commodities from India as a value-added product for the global market. So these are the goals set within the country. And then we have also global commitments, which we have to fulfill at different levels. One is the Sustainable Development Goals. There are 19 Sustainable Development Goals, which we have to fulfill by 2030, which includes poverty alleviation, hunger, climate action, water, land, participation. So several activities are there. So we have to fulfill those goals as well. Then second global commitment, which is very, very important, is we have committed that by 2070, we will have zero carbon emission. And in our nationally determined contributions and NDC, which we call generally, and the Prime Minister's Panchamrit program, which was announced into the COP26 have also already been approved by the cabinet, and the efforts are being made so that by 2070, we will have a zero carbon emission economy. And third global commitment is we restore 26 million hectare degraded lands by 2030. I think Rajasthan will have large area to restore under this particular program. So friends, you will note that these are very, very ambitious targets, but I am sure that we'll fulfill these targets by stipulated times. Agri-food system will play very, very important role in achieving these targets. So what is the agri-food system? So agri-food system will have three broad components. One is at the back end, it is the production, and front end is the consumption, and middle one, which is connecting the production as well as consumption. And this entire production system hinges on production, consumption, ecology, and environment. So these are the four pillars on the entire agri-food system hinges. So to accomplish our targets and goals, what we need to do, we need to promote production, consumption, and marketing of nutritive, safe, healthy, and affordable food without compromising our natural resources and environment. That we should have target for improving the agri-food system. And if we are able to do this, I think we are able to accomplish our targets and goals for the future. Niti Aayog has, projected demand and supply for 2032-33 when they were preparing the vision document for Government of India for entire sector, including agriculture sector. So for different commodities, Niti Aayog has estimated demand, supply, and net surplus or deficit. So there are three lessons, from this particular table. You will note that India is surplus in most of the commodities by 2032-33. The rice, wheat, or cereals, including food grains, milk products, fruits, and vegetables. But we will be deficit in core cereals, pulses, and oilseeds. So our concern is that deficit is not a problem, but the concern is that cereals, for core cereal, for example, this is largely being used for the animal feed, as an animal feed. So any scarcity for core cereal means that the animal sector will be adversely affected. The prices of feed will go up, and then the cost or the production of the animal products will go up. Or pulses, we will be deficit by 2032-33. The problem is that we are the major or the largest producer of pulses and largest consumer of the pulses. So the pulses are also not available globally as we are consuming and producing pulses. So this is a really a big challenge for all of us, that how to push up the production of pulses. Oilseeds is another problem where our import bills are increasing and foreign exchange is going to meet the requirement or the demand for oil, edible oil. So these are the challenges from food production and supply side. International Food Policy Research Institute in its Global Food Policy report of 2022 projected the food consumption, production, and hungry population in India. It has given for all the countries, so including India. So what lesson is that our per capita food consumption will grow by 2050. As compared to the world, I think we will still be below than the world average. Food production, if we take the food production 2010 as a base, our production will be double by 2050. Hungry people will continue. Hungry does not mean that they are empty stomach. They have less nutrition, they are malnourished, they are undernourished. So 45 million people will still be hungry or undernourished population, which is around 11% of the world undernourished population. So coming to future challenges in different sectors in the agri-food system, which I have mentioned three components. One is the production, the consumption, and the middle one, which is connecting production and consumption. So the first one is among the production system is further decline of land holdings in future. So how the land is going to, you know that our average holding size is roughly 1 hectare, and which used to be around 2.2 hectare in 1970-71. If this trend continues or the business as usual continues, the average holding size in 2030 will be 0.75 hectares. So it will further decline. More problem is that they are fragmented holdings. So small holding, marginal holding, and fragmented holdings. States like Bihar, states like all hill states, including Western Hills or Northeastern Hills, this average size of holding is very, very low. Bihar, for example, only 0.4 hectare is the average size of holding. So this average size of holding is not a viable holding size. So we need to find the alternatives, how we can consolidate these holdings or the production for the benefit of the farming community. The second big challenge is the labor scarcity in the future for farm operations. Farmers in many of the areas are not getting labor for transplanting, for harvesting, and for several other activities, agriculture activities. Third one is degradation of soil and water and our natural resources. You know that around 130 million hectare area is degraded. Soil health is deteriorating due to mining of the nutrition. And next challenge, and which is the very important and urgent to address, is the climate change and associated challenges. You all know that 2021 was the 5th warmest year since 1901. So the temperature is rising and affecting our food production over the years. So we need to see that how we can address these challenges and convert these into the opportunities. Challenge in the consumption system. Consumption system is very, very important, which is, we always say that from fork to farm, the demand is being derived and then supply is to meet this population. So in consumption system, the most important one is that more mouths to feed. With our population by 2047, when we will be 100 years of independence, will be 1.64 billion. And 50% will be living in the urban areas. And global population will be around 10 billion population. So now we need to feed this population when our resources are shrinking and inputs are getting costlier. So this is a very big challenge on the consumption side. Not only within India, but this concern is at the global level. The second challenge is that diets are getting globalized. We are now getting Western diets within the country, which we were not aware earlier. So this trend is changing our consumption pattern. We are eating more of the processed food commodities. We are eating more of the high value commodities like fruits, vegetable, meat, and milk products. And this is happening because our incomes are rising. Urbanization is taking place. Globalization is unfolding. Trade is happening. Our taste and preferences are also changing. So this is another area which is a major concern within the country. The third one is now we are promoting millets and their products during the International Year of Millets. I hope that this momentum will continue even after we have announced the International Year of Millets. We are organizing several programs. Hope that this momentum will continue and millet will find important place in the plates of the not only within India but globally. Next important challenge is emergence of new foods. Now we are getting new kinds of food. Among important ones is Impossible Burger. Impossible Burger is a burger which is completely vegetarian, but its taste, aroma, and everything is like meat or beef or mutton or chicken. So this is a vegetarian, but converted its aroma and everything is like, as you are eating a chicken burger or mutton burger or whatever burger you are eating. So this is beyond meat, and this is getting very popular in the Western world. it has a chain of, just like you have chain of pizza or burgers. This another chain is emerging and getting very popular in Western world. Cloning is also becoming important. Cloning of animals for food. So this will reduce the cost like anything, like cloning of animals, and change the complete scenario of our food basket. Consumers have more concern for food safety now. Chemicals, pesticide, hormones are adversely affecting human health as well as animal health. So this concern is among the consumers, and also when incomes rises, urbanization takes place. So people go for more and more safe food. They are concerned about the food safety. And demand for food for alternative activities or alternative uses like ethanol, additives, beauty products. So their demand is, so for food, it will be shrinking demand. So that's why we need to see that how we can meet this challenge also. The third challenge, which is connecting production and consumption, is the markets, trade, and finance, which is in the middle sector, the circle which I was showing in the beginning. So important one is the fragmented land holding, fragmented supply chains. So we have long supply chains, we have unorganized supply chains, and in this one process, what happens, especially in perishable commodities, the share of farmers in the consumer rupee is around 20 to 25%. They are getting little in the entire benefit which the final trader is getting. So there are lots of traders in between and taking advantage of this perishable commodities. The second is we have weak market integration, especially of perishable commodities. Milk, we have done wonderful. We have very well market integration in the milk sector, but we do not have similar kind of market integration in fruits, vegetable, and other commodities. Hoarding and stocking is another big problem. We stock during the harvest period and sell when there is no produce in the market, and we are raising the prices. Then we have problem of the high price volatility. Whenever we'll have higher production, the prices will crash. If you have less production, the prices will go up. So this volatility is a problem for both for farmers as well as for consumers, but traders take advantage of this price volatility. Rising waste is another problem. India is generating about 500 million tons of farm waste, 500 million tons, which has a value of around $13 billion US. Huge amount we are wasting, which is farm waste. It is not only wasting in terms of value, but also affecting adversely our air, our water, our soil is also being affected due to this waste. Then leakages in social safety net programs. We have started direct benefit transfer, which has checked these leakages in the social safety net program. So leakages are getting lesser and lesser over time. And then we have low regional and global trade. Trade, integrates the one country with another country. India's export is only 2% of the global export, and our imports are only 1.5% of the global import. US, which is the largest partner in the export, which is having $124 billion export, which is sharing around 10%. Netherlands, which is a very small country and sharing 6% of the global export. Brazil is another country which is sharing around 6% trade. So this is another big challenge for us if we have to aspire for the developed nation. Then we should see that how we can effectively integrate with the global market and actively participate in our trade-related issues. Friends, to overcome these challenges, these three components which I have shared, we need effectively integrate 4 pillars of basic foundation of agriculture. These are innovations, policies, and institutions. So what we need effective innovations in agriculture, We need enabling policies, effective and inclusive institutions, which includes markets, financing, seeds, sector, consolidation of landholding, etc., and required infrastructure. This symphony of innovation, policy, institutions, and infrastructure we have seen during the Green Revolution period, when there was a perfect synchronization or symphony of these four broad pillars of agriculture sector. If we build these pillars in most of our programs, I hope that we will be able to achieve our goals. Now coming to innovation system, we have unfolding innovations for efficient, inclusive, and sustainable agriculture system. Number one is biotechnology and genetically modified crops. So in this case, cotton is the best example in India. Biotechnology and genetically modified crops, there is a long debate on it. But if we focus only on cotton, cotton is wonderful example for India, where we have completely transformed the cotton sector, and India became a global partner or global exporter of cotton in the world market. Globally, about 190 million hectares is under genetically modified crops, 190 million hectare crops. And there are estimates that around 1.95 billion population is benefited as a result of the genetically modified crops. 5 countries, United States of America, Brazil, Argentina, Canada, and India, they comprise around 90% of the genetically modified crops. Rest is 10% is rest by the entire world. Our concern is that it is more on soybean, maize, cotton, and canola. What we need these in pulses and oilseeds, or the core cereals, where we will be deficit in years to come. So focus of our innovation system should be for genetically modified commodities on pulses, oilseeds, and some of the core cereals. The second one is conservation and protected agriculture for efficient and effective agriculture to reduce the cost and also save our soil and water resources. Climate smart agriculture is another innovation which is unfolding. When we say climate smart agriculture, it means that our focus is to increase income of the farmers, increase crop productivity, adapt to climate change or reduce the risk of climate change. And third is increase the carbon sequestration or reduce the greenhouse gas emission. And technologies are coming up for the climate smart agriculture. And that I am sure that university must be one of the members in the climate resilient villages, which KVK have already started. Next one is the precision agriculture, which is coming up in a big way in the Western world, and some of the East Asian countries, like Japan or South Korea, which is sensor-based farming, which further saving the resources for especially soil, fertilizer, and seed. Vertical farming, another area which is coming up so effectively, which is multi-layer or multi-tier agriculture. I have seen one farm, polyhouse farm in Maharashtra. I was showing them three layers of lettuce at one place. So there were 3 layers, and increasing the productivity at unit land is three times higher than the individual or unit. So this vertical farming can be crops plus animal, or crops plus animal plus fish. I have seen several years ago a vertical farming where we have the poultry at the top, pig in the between, and fish at the bottom. So a multi-tier farming was there where the benefits were taken. It was a diversified farming system and also taking advantage of these 3 commodities. Hydroponics, growing without soils. So this is another innovation which is unfolding in several parts of the world, and we should take advantage of this when we have very, very small holdings to take advantage for increasing our productivity and increasing incomes of the farmers. Digital technology is talk of the day. In non-agriculture sector, it has become very, very popular. But agriculture sector, still it is in infancy stage. But the important one is mobile applications and advisories are getting prominent. So more and more advisories are coming up through digital technology. Artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, and blockchain technologies, they are also getting prominent. And I think experiments are under progress on these areas to take advantage of this technology for the agriculture sector. Drones and robotics. Already neem-based urea was spread through drones. Robotics are the future of agriculture. We have now driverless tractors, driverless harvesters. Robot is taking everything for several of the farm operations, including harvesting of cotton, tomato, potato in many of the Western countries. So we need to take advantage and make these technologies in favor of small and marginal farmers by reducing costs drastically, and which I think we can do. Next is remote sensing. Remote sensing, GPS, they are very, very important, which is important for real-time advisory services to the farmers. The real-time advisory right now is being given by the Google Map. All of us are using Google Map. This is real-time advisory service given by the Google. Not only one individual, you can imagine globally, millions of drivers are taking advantage of this service. So, it requires a lot of homework. The mapping and everything is required. I think it can become also popular in agriculture sector. Optical sensors are also getting very popular. Equipments to monitor programs, to forecast, I think are also important for the digital technologies. Chat GPT is another innovation, and I think a lot of initiative has already been started by the Indian Council of Agriculture Research in collaboration or a partnership with the universities. And this innovation will transform agriculture sector dramatically. When we say innovation, that this chat GPT, there are few areas which we can take advantage. One is the analytics for prediction. You can predict for future quickly, and it can also help in monitoring crops and livestock health. Automation of manual processes can also be done by using chat GPT. Improve water management practices and also precision farming. I have read somewhere that Ministry of Agriculture and Ministry of Electronics, they are trying to integrate WhatsApp with chat GPT for providing the advisory to the farmers. Now, this digital agriculture, and all those new tools, including chat GPT, can be used at every step in agriculture, from input delivery to the farmer, pre-harvest, farming sector, post-harvest, processing sector, and then distribution and retail and consumer. So at each level, it can be, these all digital technologies can be used. And I will suggest our students who are doing their masters and PhD, take advantage of this digital tools for the advantage of the farmers, even in single window in the entire chain. That will help. Later on it can be integrated by some of the agencies for the benefit of our farming community. Some of the applications and areas of digital agriculture I have depicted here. At the back end in production system, we need input and service providers, including financial and insurance companies, can take advantage of that at the back end. Agriculture advisory services, including technology, weather, pests, and diseases. So weather advisory is very important. The important one is that if there will be rainfall, but what we need to do, the pests are there, what we need to do. So these advisories are important, and this can be taken help of the digital agriculture. In the production system, we can take advantage of the precision agriculture, sensor-based use of fertilizers and water. You will appreciate, the fertilizers. Their cost is rising dramatically at the global level because energy prices are increasing, and which is leading to the prices of fertilizers. Prices of fertilizers are rising like anything. But we are not finding any substitute of fertilizer. Substitute of fertilizer which can provide equal opportunity or equal productivity which we were using the fertilizer. Either we save dramatically the fertilizers or we should have some alternative of the fertilizer. Water is getting scarce in future. There will be people say that the next war will be for the water, just like the war is right now for the energy. So war will be for water. So we see that how we can do some contribution of saving our fertilizers and water. Automating manual processes. This will be in future. In this 21st century, the entire employment format will completely change. We will have very less manual labor. It will be completely automated, and different kind of employment opportunities will be there to operate these automated equipment or automated machines. So that kind of employment will be there in future rather than what we used to have manual labor at the moment. So crop and animal health, it can be used to predict. One is the prediction and also providing the right kind of advisory, sitting in A place, getting advisory in B place for animal and crop health. Post-harvest is another area where we can take advantage, especially minimize food losses and wastages. We develop efficient multiple supply chains for the agriculture sector as well as for the processed commodities. Then coming to the agriculture marketing sector, it is for integrating agricultural markets. Now, one country, one market, one nation, one market has already been initiated, which is really integrating many of the agricultural commodities for trade, which will stabilize prices across India and also take advantage of where we have surplus, where we have deficits. So this tool can be efficiently and effectively used. Tagging origin and quality of the food. Now, it has been mandatory that we need to tag where the product has been originated. So it will help in tagging and also help in giving the quality of the food. In social safety net programs, it can also bring transparency and reduce leakages. Already, Government of India has started this JAM, Jan Dhan Yojana, mobile and Aadhaar. So by linking these three, Jan Dhan account, Aadhaar and mobile, so the beneficiaries are being targeted and the leakages have come down dramatically. Then agri-governance is also, this can be effective. One is the direct benefit transfer. Second is digitization of soil maps and land records. Some of the states have already started a digitization of soil maps and land records. Recently, I was one of the members in Bihar roadmap. So they have started the soil maps and they have started digitizing land records, whatever is available. So once it is done, I think the process of advisory using these digital technologies, including drones and the robots, will be very, very effective. Digitization of water bodies and water tables is also very important. Digitization of farmers, traders, markets will help in complete chain in agriculture sector. To do this, Government of India has several initiatives. I have listed few, not all. Important ones I have listed: doubling farmers' income, PM Kisan Yojana, where direct cash transfer is there, 6,000 rupees per year. One nation, one market, already mentioned. One nation, one tax also, in agriculture sector is affected due to this tax. One more drop. This is basically for water management. PM's agriculture insurance scheme, PM Prime Minister's irrigation scheme, soil health cards, Atmanirbhar Bharat, land labor market reforms, PM Garib Kalyan Yojana, which was due to a huge buffer stock we had, we have done, giving free food to a large area, I think 80 million people, without any price was given to our landless laborers or those are living in the rural areas. Government also brought a reform bill of 3 farm laws, but which we had to withdraw on the pressure of the farmers. But these laws need to be implemented in some or other way in future. So these are some of the government initiatives which are going in the direction to achieve those goals and the targets which I listed in the beginning. These will help in to benefit the country in agriculture sector. So the first one is we need to have a very, very proactive, innovation system. So in this one, I have tried to list some of the how the innovation system already existing. We have the largest National Agriculture Research System, which includes agriculture research, ICR, agriculture universities, already have there. But what are the future conditions or the drivers which will make it further active? And one is that we need a strong institutional framework of agriculture research system. We need multi-institutional, multidisciplinary, and multi-stakeholders, as well as multi or interministerial collaboration in the new era of changing technologies in different sectors. So this is very, very important. Right now, we are uni-institutional within the department. What we do not collaborate with another department, but to say of different institutions. So multi-institutional, disciplinary, stakeholders, ministries, I think this is right time to take up steps in this direction. I'm sure that the senior management of university will take note of this. Then we also need sufficient funding for research, technology development, and its dissemination. So right now we have only 0.4% of the agriculture GDP going to agriculture research, while many of the countries, like even the developing countries, they are giving 0.7 to 0.8% to agriculture GDP, while the developed nation like US, Japan, and Australia, they are spending around between 1 and 2% of agriculture GDP in agriculture research. So funding is very, very important, which is really a big constraint in our country. And also we need a strong partnership with global advanced universities and institutions. I hope that National Higher Agriculture University program is taking one step in this direction, which will see the results in future, how it benefited to our national research system. Second, we need to prioritize research in view of new challenges, changing national vision and goals, as well as emerging digital technology. So we need to completely reshuffle our research program, keeping in view of the changing circumstances. Then we need to see the mechanism to integrate science, technology, and innovation continue. What we do science, we do a good science. In India, we do very, very good science, but we stop there. We do not convert the science to the technology. We are not converting technology to the processes, and then we are not converting to the business model. So this continuum of science to product to technology to process to the business model is necessary to to reach the technology developed at the institution level, going to the farmers field. Focus on market-driven and resource conservation opportunities. What are the market-driven? Now, new market opportunities are coming within the country as well as globally. So our research portfolio should be towards that, so that we go for those market-driven commodities, so that the benefits will be much, much higher to the farmers, and also resource conservation opportunities. To do this, we have to first improve our system efficiency. Future will be of human resources. Human resource university is taking a very important role, and best talent will be targeted in this particular scenario. So what we need a future-looking, talented, visionary, and competent human resource. So that is the if those are not having these qualities, may lag behind in the present race of getting employment opportunities. We also need effective governance, monitoring, and evaluation mechanisms. We have devoted very little on monitoring and evaluation. We initiate programs, but we don't monitor and we do not evaluate. These are important for the learning lessons, revising the programs, and then attract new players in agricultural innovation and dissemination system. We are not attracting. National Agriculture Research System is the one program, one system which is largely doing agriculture research. While in other countries or developed countries, we have several private sectors have emerged. Civil society organizations are also involved in the agriculture innovation. So we need more players and more collaboration for developing new programs as well as for new dissemination sector systems. Policy is very, very important. I have given policy how it will change the complete scenario, and what are the drivers or what are the conditions for effective or making policies very, very effective. Most important is political will to address issues in agriculture. The will should be pro-poor and pro-smallholders. I think that you will all agree that right now we have pro-poor and pro-smallholders policies are already there in agriculture sector. We need efficient, inclusive, and sustainable agricultural policies. We need to see that how these can be implemented at the farm level. Macroeconomic policy environment also makes a big difference in technology delivery system. Monetary policies are affecting fiscal policies. Trade policies are making a difference. Now in trade, we are at the razor's edge. If we have little surplus, if we export it, the prices rise domestically and we go for higher inflation. So that, and if little deficit is there, prices rising, and if we import from other countries, the prices crashes. So we are at a very, very, at a crossroad in trade related issues. And I will say that we are at the razor's edge. If we move here and there, we have to very cautiously go for in case of the trade. Investment in food and agriculture system. Right now, we are putting only 10% of the total public expenditure on agriculture system. Earlier planning commission, computed that we should at least have 16% total of the total public expenditure in agri-food system. We need to develop programs, their action plans and monetary mechanisms. These programs should be effective. Also, these should be flexible so that we can change whenever need is arise, and need more and more decentralization and also transparent system. We need to not centralize everything so that the decision-making process or implementing process is at the top. So it should be completely decentralized. Capacity building is important at the different level of implementation. We have a very good capacity at the top level in the policy making. But when it goes to the ground level, the capacity is not there to implement those programs which have been developed. Regulatory environment is also necessary. And we need to attract private players in agriculture sector. Private sector is already there, but we want organized private sector, which can share benefits with the farmers, share benefits with the consumers. So that kind of organized sector, which can promote agro processing, which can participate in agriculture trade, that I think will be important once we have organized private sector in agriculture sector. So how I envision India agri-food system during the Amrit Kal or by 2047, I see that the share of agriculture may be around 5% in the entire GDP of the country right now, which is 17 or 18%. Dependency will be less than 15%. I estimate that it is around 10%. It will be around 10%. Right now, it is 48% dependency in agriculture, directly in agriculture sector. So share in agriculture as well as dependency will come down by 2047. And large holdings, either their size of holding is very less. They are unviable. So if we have to make these holdings viable, so either these should be large holdings, or we need to consolidate holdings through farmers, cooperatives, farmer producer organizations. So that I think we should do to take advantage of economies of scale for 2047. I also foresee boom of gene-edited crops. This will be a new era when more and more gene-edited crops and varieties will be there, which will also include biofortified or the nutrition in their programs. We'll have more specialized and precision agriculture rather than more within farmers. There will be less and less diversification, more and more specialization, and also more and more precision agriculture. That's why they can make more profit, reduce the cost, and become more competitive in the global market. Extensive use of robotics and digital agriculture will be there. Japan already, or South Korea already have seen a lot of robots and digital agriculture is being used in agriculture sector. And we will also see very strong integrated value chains, and there will be negligible middlemen. They will have they will do a different role in future. They will perhaps become the processors, or they will take up other jobs, but there will be strong integration because there will be corporate or the organized private sector in agriculture. So the middleman will be eliminated in future. Diversified and globalized dietary patterns. Dietary patterns will also completely change. Gradually, it is changing, but it will be highly diversified, not specialized. Right now, the majority of eating dal chawal or roti chawal or sabji, but there will be highly diversified diets in future, and which will also be globalized. There will be a lot of food from the other countries which we will prefer, like Italian, Mexican, Brazilian, several other countries which will be, that food will be there. And we will be integrating our agriculture with the global market, both in raw food, raw commodities, as well as the value-added products. Now, finally, what I am concluding here, if we have to achieve those goals and targets which I set in the beginning, which our Honorable Prime Minister has given to all of us, what is the way forward for all of us? The first is, we need to see that how innovation system we need to reform or reorganize. So one is the strengthen and reorient agri-innovation, education and dissemination system. So we need to strengthen this system, reorient it, and keeping in view of the changing scenario. We need sufficient funding, competent human resource, and adequate research infrastructure. Reprioritize our research program. I completely see that there are lots of routine programs or irrelevant projects are already there in the system. So we need to ruthlessly delete routine programs or irrelevant research projects and transfer those with the new challenges and new opportunities. Evidence-based foresight research is necessary we should be ahead of time. Research should be ahead of time. Students should be ahead of time. And technology dissemination should ahead of time. Then only we can make a difference in the global scenario. Develop mechanism, as I already mentioned, that this is very, very important. Integrating science, technology, and innovation continue. Very, very important, which I think we are missing in this linkages. Second is grab opportunity of emerging digital revolution from production to consumption. So if we miss the opportunity, I think we'll miss it forever. So right now is a very congenial environment to take advantage of this in favor of agriculture sector, agriculture and allied sector. So this will change the complete scenario of our agriculture. Develop mechanisms to converge between innovation and policy formulation. There's a gap between innovation system and the policy formulation system. I think that policies must respond in the Green Revolution era. Policies responded to new research outcomes. But right now, research is following the policies. What policies are there, we are doing the research accordingly. But research should be much ahead of the policies. And I think that Niti Aayog and regional committees, there are, I think, 8 regional committees meetings. They are the best place for this kind of convergence of innovation system as a policy system. We need effective integration of value chains of different commodities. Poultry is the best example where value chains are very, very well integrated. One is the vertically they are integrated and horizontally also they are integrated. This is the best example in the agricultural marketing system. Again, finally, I think we already mentioned that we need attract new players in agriculture research, in research system and innovation sector. Finally, friends, I am sure that during the Amrit Kal, India will be the global leader in agriculture and significantly contribute to export and feed the world's poor. So thank you very much for your patience listening to me. Thanks a lot. And thank you very much for giving me this honor to deliver Maharana Pratap Memorial Lecture. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir, for your wonderful lecture. And I hope the object with which Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, articulated our lecture today, and calling upon Dr. P.K. Joshi, sir, to deliberate and to discuss issues with our younger generation. I think we had been very successful in our objectives. Sir, we profusely thank you for the vivid presentation and the dexterity and the sublime way in which you have really explained each and every point in a simple way is a lifetime treasure for the younger generation. Thank you very much, sir. We now, towards the end of this event, in this online event, the onus of proposing a vote of thanks rest upon the shoulders of the chief of the organizing committee, Dr. Manoj Kumar Mehla, our student welfare officer, under whose guidance this entire program has been convened. So may I request Dr. Mehla to propose a vote of thanks.
Thank you, Dr. Nepalia Sahab. Today is our esteemed guest, Dr. P.K. Joshi Sahab, former Director, South Asia, International Food Policy Research Institute, New Delhi. Our respected Dr. Ajit Kumar Karnatak Sahab, our Honorable Vice Chancellor, MPAT, our beloved deans, directors, and senior officers, head of the departments, faculty members, and staff members, and dear students and participants. I feel highly honored to propose a vote of thanks towards the conclusion of the proceedings of prestigious Maharana Pratap Memorial Lecture that has been organized in the form of this national webinar. In fact, our university is named after Maharana Pratap the Great, so we own an obligation of remembering this great warrior by celebrating his birth anniversary. We have a rich tradition of having a lecture in his memory each year by an eminent person. It's our great fortune that today we had with us Dr. P.K. Joshi, an authority in agricultural economics, technology policy, market, and institutional economics. We are indebted to Dr. Joshi sir for accepting the invitation to join us in paying homage to Maharana Pratap and to deliver a lecture in his memory to benefit our young brigade of agriculture students and scientists. Sir, for many of other senior colleagues, this might not be the first opportunity to hear you, but we are pleased that through this lecture, we could connect the younger generation with a person like you to take advantage of your acumen and prudence. We feel delighted that we could succeed in this objective. Though Indian agriculture has come out of the cell of food efficiency to a stage of food sufficiency, but the future has to be ensured through concentric efforts. Your message on challenges of the future and opportunities available to combat these challenges was clear. I hope that participants must have noted down many of your valuable points. With folded hands, I express sincere gratitude to your honor for delivering this online lecture today. A lot of thanks to you, Dr. Joshi Sahab. I sincerely thank our mentor and patron, Dr. Ajit Kumar Karnatak Sahab, Honorable Vice Chancellor, for guiding us in holding this lecture today. In fact, this event was possible only and only due to the initiative and support of Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir. He himself called upon Dr. P.K. Joshi Sahab and made our task easy in getting his consent, which otherwise could not have been possible for us. We are also thankful to VC sir for articulating the lecture in the form of national webinar so as to connect the youth across the country in a big number. Otherwise, it's not possible for so many people to join an offline event. So, sir, on behalf of not only the organizing team, but also on behalf of participants, I profusely thank you again. My thanks are also to the deans, directors, and other senior officers, and especially our officer on special duty, Dr. Virendra Nepalia Saab, to HVC sir, for joining, and head of the departments for joining us on this online mode and offline. I convey sincere thanks to the faculty and staff members for joining the event. The large number of participants deserve my heartfelt thanks for joining this Maharana Pratap Memorial Lecture, and hope that they have taken a number of lessons from the lecture of Dr. P.K. Joshi Sahab. Lastly, I thank my organizing team, particularly Dr. Piyush Dudi, for meticulously organizing this very prestigious lecture of Dr. P.K. Joshi in the memory of Maharana Pratap. I once again thank our eminent speaker, Dr. P.K. Joshi Sahab, and our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Ajit Kumar Karnatak Sahab, all my fellow colleagues, students, and participants. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you, Dr. Mehla. We now come to the end of this online session, which was attended by almost 1,000 participants, which is a fair indication of their interest in the subject matter, in the interest of our eminent speaker. So, sir, Honorable Joshi, sir, we take leave of you and hope to meet you soon, maybe offline, online, in whatever mode Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, feels convenient. So with this, we come to the conclusion, and we seek permission of Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, to close down the session, sir. Thank you, one and all.